There's not a whole lot going on here around Cavender Loft. Just looking at my birds out here in the loft. We got some cocks over here and hens over here. There's probably a few cocks in here, but so far I don't know which ones they are. These are the ones I'm going to race for old birds next year. I have the 6 birds I raced this year, 2023. A few birds I raced last year, 2022. Some late hatches that Ben Hausman gave me, and some late hatches of my own that I'm gonna race as old birds. But anyways, 26 altogether that I plan on racing in old birds. Of course, when I get through training them, I don't know what I'll have left over. Be nice to have about 15, 18 birds to go into old bird season with. Yeah, I got some late hatches back here that I've been selling. Just got a few left. All right, I'm going to do a recap of how our 6 birds that we had left out of the race season, how they did throughout the races. Now this is our solid white one that she raced the first 100-mile race. Nope, I set her out of the first 100-mile race, raced her to the second 100-mile race, made the clock but didn't score. And then the next race, the 125, we lost her and she was gone for 4 races, and I got her back. She came home and then I set her out of another race. So she only raced 4 times, and she scored a 24th on the 265 and scored a 21 on the 300-mile race. And she's out of my Keys Basha cock, and her mother is Morel Bartosz, Polish hen. They're both blue bar pies through a solid white. All right, now this is TFC 258 blue bar splash, a bird I bought up in Tamagua. I always call my Tamagua auction bird, but actually it's the ACA auction birds. But anyhow, this one scored 5th place on our money race. And then the last race in the video, I said, you better do something this time. Well, then she's my first birdie to the loft. She scored 16th in the club. And what I noticed was that both these races where she scored was the 300-mile races. So I think she's going to be better on the longer races. I'm going to race her as an old bird next year. All right, now this is our IFHBG 0775. This bird raced 8 times, scored an 8th place on a 100-mile race, 18th place on a 265, and 17th place on the 300. So this bird did pretty decent. This was out of our grizzle cock and our dark check hen that we bought out of California. Okay, now this is our IFHBG 0767, the blue bar pied. And of course she kind of penciled. It's a cock. And this one raced 9 times. It scored a 25th place at the 265, a 30th place at the 300, and an 8th place at the 200. And this is the bird we call the boss, and a hen that looks just like him. I don't know what their pedigrees say, but all right, this is IFHBG 0771, our white grizzle. It raced 9 times, scored 20th place on the 100, 8th place on the 265, 19th place on the 200, 21st place on the 265. This bird is out of the Greek Freak and the white hen. I sold that white hen about 2 months ago or so. May wind up, I wish I wouldn't have done that, but we'll see. Hey, you look at me, talk about you. Yeah. Well, this bird has a brother or sister up at Lucky 17. Just raced the 150, I think. Came in 57th place, I believe it was. They just getting started on their races. Calm down, buddy. This is IFACA 266. This was a money band race bird. It raced 9 times, and it scored out of 6 races that it raced in. So it scored a 24th in the 125, scored a 24th in 200, scored a 29th in the 300, scored a 22 in the 200, scored 22 in the 265, scored 18 in the 300. And this one's out of our Dykstra cock and our blue check Wolverine hen. And this bird also won us champion bird in our club, came in 3rd place. Champion bird. And I'm going to do a couple honorable mentions just real quick. We had a IFHBG 760 Rubella bar. That bird got a 6th place on the 125. Of course, then later we lost that bird. And then another bird, IFHBG 1067, a dark blue check, had won us a 12th place at the 125, a 33rd place at the 265, and a 1st place in our club and combine. And in the combine, it was against 575 birds, 200-mile race. And that was off of our Polish cock and recessive opal Wolverine hen. But we lost it several races later. But I figured I ought to give those 2 birds honorable mention. But this one turned out to be one of our best birds of the season. All right, here's our bird that we had shipped to Little Loft on the Hill that competed up there. Got it home today. I put it in the cage and we can look at it a little bit better. Oh, be quiet. You trying to flirt with her? I think it's a hen. Not for sure. All right, I'm going to show you 2 babies here, an almond and a red. Of course, they're off our almond hen we got from Jack Barak, and our Polish cock we got from Morel Bartosz, or however you say his name, that are producing pretty good racers, I would think. Looks like that almond's going to turn out to be a pretty good marked one as it molts out. The red one looks a lot like his daddy. I don't know if I ever showed my black shillings cock, mottled cock. There it is. And I bought this hen for him. I think they make a good pair. Of course, there's Sparky. He wants to play. Hey, buddy. Hey, Sparky. Come here, buddy. Come here, buddy. Come here. Come here, my buddy. You want to come out? Come on. Come on, buddy. Usually he'll jump up in the door. Come here, buddy. You want to come and play? Come here. You want to come and play with me? Come here. Come on. Come on. Well, you don't want to do it now, do you? You know I'm videotaping you. All right, buddy. See you later, buddy. See you later, my buddy. Okay? Well, I want to show you all something I just got. I heard a box drop down on my front door. Went out there and the mailman had left me a box. And looky here. Rich on Life sent me a cap and some decals. It's very nice of him. I mean, I didn't ask for nothing. He just did it out of the goodness of his heart. And we here at Cabinet Loft really appreciate it. Thank you.